Let's talk about reclaiming spaces after a breakup. I'm Lauren, I'm a licensed therapist. I'm a person who's gone through breakups myself and has helped friends and clients go through breakups. This is something that I say is so important in the healing process because you have to have new experiences that sort of snuff out the old ones with that partner. When I say reclaiming spaces, I could be talking about physical spaces like a place you went on vacation together or a restaurant that you always used to really love, or just like a date, anniversary, a holiday, something like that. I'm not saying that you won't sometimes still be reminded of that person, and I'm not saying that there might be some places that you do actually really still just want to avoid. But sometimes during the process of loss of a breakup, we're so focused on all the things we won't be able to do anymore. Say they introduce you to a recipe that you really love or a type of food that you never tried before. You don't need to give up those new parts of yourself that you discovered about yourself because the relationship is over. You can continue exploring those things in this new version of yourself. And you are allowed to have changed or grown from the relationship, even if it wasn't the right relationship for you. Some ways that I suggest reclaiming spaces are like, for example, if there's a holiday that's particularly hard for you to sit through because you're reminded of the breakup, maybe you can do something totally new and different, like bringing home a couple of friends for Thanksgiving instead of bringing your boyfriend. Instead of noticing how empty it is, maybe you're noticing that things are really full in your life. Friendship is so important, especially throughout a breakup. Leaning on friends during those harder times can be so helpful to say, hey, I'm gonna need a friend, or I really wanna go back to that restaurant that we always used to go to, and I don't want it to be our restaurant anymore. I just want it to be a restaurant that I love individually outside of this relationship. I know it's hard if you feel like you maybe don't have a lot of people or you don't feel like you can be vulnerable with a lot of people in your life, but that's also an opportunity, maybe if you've always been like a relationship person, to focus in on friendships, because sometimes in a breakup, we notice that, okay, I used to rely on this one person for so many of my different needs, and now this person isn't here anymore, and I don't really know what to do with some of these needs, versus maybe spreading them out a little bit. And then when you get into another relationship, you maybe won't feel like that person completes you, but instead you have a very full life, and they are just adding to it like the cherry on top. Tell me what you think about reclaiming spaces and if you've done this post-breakup and whether or not it's helped you. Bye, guys.